On the way to school that morning, along the corridor, I caught the judgmental eyes of my classmates looking at me. Were they laughing at me? I walked over to my closet. As soon as I opened the closet door, a guy suddenly appeared next to me, staring at me. I didn't pay him any mind. The boy knocked on the drawer next to me to get my attention.
That night was so intense.
Who the hell are you? Go away!
Hey, there's no need to throw a fit. I'm Josh, captain of the football team. Girls like you are a challenge. You need a real man to straighten you, and that guy is me.
I said nothing. So, Josh approached and whispered to me.
Want to try with me? Who knows? Maybe you'll feel better doing it with me than with girls.
His disgusting suggestion made me feel like I'd been insulted. Get away from me, jerk! Hi, my name is Naya. I'm 20 years old this year. I'm currently a member of the cheerleading team. I'm always the center of attention. Thanks to my hot appearance, many boys at school were chasing after me. But I never bothered with those guys. Do you want to know why? Please click like and subscribe to the LD channel to learn my story. A party from a week ago was why I had to endure being ridiculed. My best friend Heather and I went to a birthday party that night. Since entering college, Heather and I have seen each other regularly, but we have never spoken to the other party. An embarrassing situation happened that turned us into friends. I was so absent-minded that day. I wore light skinny jeans, completely forgetting I was in my own period. Entering the class, I felt extremely uncomfortable, so I collapsed on the table. The teacher noticed I wasn't paying attention and called me on the blackboard. As I stood up, Heather realized something and pulled my hand back. She took off her shirt and wrapped it around my waist. I was slightly taken aback, nodded in gratitude to Heather, and walked up at the board. I was about to take off the shirt and return it to her, but Heather stopped me. Let me wash it and give it back to you. Thank you. There's no need for that. Just take it. Heather kept a cold expression on her face and didn't say anything. She just handed me a small bag and motioned me to go to the bathroom. I realized what it was. I thanked her in a whispering voice, feeling very touched in my heart. After begging for a long time, I finally got Heather to agree to go with me to the fast food restaurant. Unexpectedly, our tastes were exactly the same. After chatting for a while, Heather's expressions became less cold. She even smiled. Heather was adorable when she smiled. That was when I noticed a tattoo on her arm. Your tattoo is beautiful. What does it mean? Isn't it obvious? I like girls. Seeing my surprised expression, Heather suddenly turned serious, afraid that she would misunderstand. I quickly explained. I'm surprised because I've never had a friend like you before. I don't mean to... really... So, you mean we're friends from now on? Of course. That's how our relationship started. Since that day, the two of us were joined at the hip. From the schoolyard to the classroom to the canteen. How a girl with an edgy look appearing beside me became a topic for our classmates to discuss. They doubted our relationship. Are those two a couple? I'm not sure about Naya, but Heather doesn't hide that she liked girls. Naya has so many followers, but she hadn't dated any guy. Could it be Naya also liked girls? Rumors like that circulated throughout the school to Heather and me. However, these rumors never affected our relationship. I was 100% sure that I wasn't Heather's type, and I was completely straight, right? The party that night was very fun. We were swaying to the vibrant music and we drank a lot. When everyone was getting drunk, the host suggested playing Truth or Dare. Heather and I also enthusiastically participated. After a few turns, the bottle on the table turned back to Heather, and I nudged her shoulder teasingly. This time, Heather chose Dare. Strangely enough, the guy on the opposite side of Heather gave us an unfriendly look. If I remember correctly, he pursued me for a while but was rejected.
I dare you to kiss Naya on the lips for 30 seconds. Do you accept?
His words made his friend suddenly shut up and look at us, waiting. He made such a request because he wanted to take revenge against me. not wanting to embarrass both of us. Heather picked up the shot to receive punishment. I stopped her, patted her hand, and signaled, "It's okay." This was a secret signal that only the two of us knew. Heather might look tough on the outside, but she was actually faint at heart. Last time she watched a ghost movie with me, she was so scared that she covered her eyes with her hands, begging me, "You have to tell me when the scene is over." Oh my God, this is a horror movie. You've already covered your eyes through half of it. I don't care. You have to tell me. I clapped Heather's arm 3 times to let her know. It has become a habit for both of us. It's just lips touching lips. What are you afraid of? We accept the challenge.
Well done, Naya. You're wild.
Well. This is going to be fun. Are you sure it's okay? It's just one more drink. Why do you have to? It's not a matter of drinking or not. The guy purposely aimed at me. Besides, it's just a game. To the cheers of everyone, I pulled Heather to her feet. The two of us stood face to face. I wrapped my arms around Heather's neck and drew closer. The air heated up and the howls became louder than before. Ready? Be sure to count the time properly. Shall I start? I closed my eyes and slowly moved closer to Heather. I could smell her perfume and alcohol. Because of my aggressiveness, I acted like this was nothing. But I was actually extremely nervous. Our lips touched each other. The countdown rang in my ears.
30, 29, 28.
This was the first time kissing a girl. Her lips were so soft, it made me want to take a bite. I did what I thought and lightly bit at Heather's lips. Cherry taste? Not bad. Suddenly, she wrapped her arms around my waist, pulling me closer. It was no longer a gentle touch of lips, but turned into a passionate kiss. My heart beat like a drum. My mind went blank, and my arms around her neck unconsciously tightened. I couldn't hear the countdown at all. The two of us were lost in our own world. 30 seconds have passed since then, and we still haven't separated. My hand was still trying to grab Heather's neck as she pushed me back. As soon as I opened my eyes, I saw Heather's confused expression. Our friends also looked at us in shock. I'm sorry.
Why is your face so red, Naya? It's just a kiss, and you've already felt hot and bothered? Heather's technique isn't that bad.
My reaction and his teasing made my friends even more excited.
Woo!
Woohoo!
That was wild!
I was so embarrassed that I ran away from the party. That night, I tossed and turned, unable to sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I remembered the kiss earlier. I knocked my forehead, blaming myself. What was I thinking back then? This is not like me at all. I shook my head to dispel the thought and found a reason to blame. Alcohol. Yes, it must have been because I was no longer sober. So, I clung to her, and also because of that stupid suggestion. Reassured with the excuse I just came up with, I lay down again and closed my eyes. This time, what came to my mind was still Heather's lips. I threw off the blanket again and jumped up, touching my lips and wondering if I wasn't really sober then. I admitted, the kiss was great. I liked the feeling of kissing her, but I liked boys. I carefully reflected on my previous actions. Could it be I actually like girls? I was lost in my thoughts until the phone rang. My boyfriend's phone call brought me back to my reality. Yes, the reason I never bothered with the flirts at my school was I already had a boyfriend. Hey, what's up? Why are you calling me now?
I haven't received a text or call from you all night, so I'm a bit worried. Did you get caught up in something?
Sorry, I forgot. Did Heather tell you anything?
No, she didn't say anything. Is there anything wrong?
No, it's nothing. You would normally call Heather if you couldn't find me, so I find this a bit odd. We went to a party tonight. The music was so loud, I didn't know you were calling. I breathed a sigh of relief now that I knew Heather had been told Chris about it, or else it would be awkward.
So you two just went to a party, huh? Did you drink a lot? Did I wake you calling you this late?
No, I'm just getting ready for bed. Sorry to worry you.
Then go to bed early. I'll call you back tomorrow.
Good night. Chris Chris' concern made me feel extremely guilty. But how could I tell my boyfriend that I just kissed a girl on the lips? Even worse, the person I kissed was his older sister. You heard that right. Heather was Chris's older sister. Thanks to the matchmaker that was Heather, the two of us became a couple. Last summer, Heather invited me to her house. Mom is thrilled to hear I'm a new friend at school. She's very curious about you and wants to invite you to the house for dinner. Do you mind? Why would I? I get to hang out for free and have a good food. Plus, I also want to say hi to your mother. Your house is far from school, so I never had the chance to meet her. Let me ask Mom's permissions, and then we can go. Heather and I drove to her house. Heather's mother gave me a warm welcome. That afternoon, while eating, her brother Heather returned. Chris was in high school. The moment our eyes met, we fell in love instantly. Chris was my type. He was funny and mature. Chris was the one who took the initiative. So after a short time, we officially started dating. On the surface, Heather was always teasing. Wow, we've only been friends for a while, and my little brother has already fallen into your hand. Your game is good. But I knew she was very supportive of us. Maybe I would become her sister-in-law in the future. But just because of my aggressiveness, I caused a big problem. When I woke up the following morning, I received a lot of texts and missed calls from Heather. Are you okay? Are you home yet? Please contact me when you get back. Why didn't you call back? Did something happen? It was only then that I remembered that I had gone ahead and left Heather at the party after causing trouble last night. God, I was such a terrible friend. I was the one who led her here. I'm fine. Sorry for leaving first. I was too drunk yesterday. As soon as I got home, I fell asleep. You don't have to worry. Did you come back home safely too? Thank God you're fine. The cheerleaders gave me a ride home. Are you sober yet? Do you need me to pick you up and take you to school? There's no need for that. I still have a headache, so I will skip school for a day. If you're not feeling well, tell me. I didn't want to go to school because I knew what happened last night would become a topic of discussion among my classmates. Besides, I didn't dare face Heather either. My mind was all over the place. I was afraid that I had really developed feelings for my best friend. A few days later, I purposely responded to Heather's messages slowly and refused to go out with her because I wanted to avoid her. But I couldn't hide forever. I still had to go to school. Back to Josh, after pushing back, he showed interest and reached out to touch me. A voice came from behind me. Hey! It was Heather. Don't touch him with your filthy hands, Scram. It's the 21st century, and you still think harassing women is cool? Naya, do you want me to teach this guy a lesson? I realized that Heather and some of the girls in the cheerleading squad had been standing behind me ever since. Having them here made me feel more secure.
Calm down. I just want to get her back to normal.
What nonsense are you talking about? She's completely normal. Don't waste your time with this idiot. He can tell what's normal.
Ah, I see. You're a bunch of lesbians, right?
If so, so what? Lesbians or not, you don't stand a chance. The girls surrounded Josh. Each criticized him heavily, making him shut up. Don't bother her again, or I won't take it easy on you. I thanked them and was about to find an excuse to run away. But Heather pulled me by the arm. Where are you taking me? I remember I still have to work to do. Let's finish this talk. Then you can do whatever you want. Heather dragged me up to the school's rooftop. Tell me, why are you avoiding me these days? I was so confused. I couldn't look at Heather directly. Well, it's about what happened that night. I don't know why I did that. Is there any chance I like you? But how could I like you? I feel like I did something wrong to Chris. I mustered up the courage to speak out the problems in my heart, but only received silence. Was Heather angry with me? Heather thought for a moment. Why do you think you like me? My radar shows you don't like girls at all. But that night, I felt something when I kissed you. After I got home, the image kept popping in my head. I even want to try it again. You're overthinking it. We were all drunk that day. I didn't even remember what happened after I went to sleep. Suppose you were drunk, but I was sober that day. I like kissing you. Isn't that weird? Your first time kissing a girl, isn't it? Of course. That's a normal reaction. You're curious and want to try more. That's it. Don't think about the game anymore. There's no way you like girls. I'm serious, Heather. There are many signs that I like girls. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you mention me often when you're dating Chris? Sometimes, but what does this have to do with it? Just answer. Don't ask. Do you ever think of me while you're dating? Or even just want to end the date quickly and come back and hang out with me? No. Okay, I can confirm you don't like me. Huh? How about I like to kiss you? I did some research on the internet. That's a sign that I like girls too, right? This is only half true. Just because you feel like kissing a girl doesn't mean you like girls too. So, when you kiss me, do you think we would go further after that? God, no. How could... Are you crazy? See? Your reaction is enough proof that you don't like me. Feeling better yet? Are you wondering about the stupid game? If I had known this would happen, I would have drunk that damn shot. Assuming I don't like you, so is there any chance I like girls? I told you I'm usually attracted to pretty girls. That's admiration, not liking. So, how do you know if you like girls or not? If I fall in love with a girl, I'll take the time to get to know her and want to know everything about her. I will even feel shy and embarrassed when interacting with her at a close distance. But sometimes, I want intimate actions between us like holding hands, hugging. Do you have those signs? No, so does it mean I don't like girls? You seem disappointed when you received the result, huh? Can we go back to the way we were before? Do you want to continue avoiding me? Of course, we can. Why did you hit me that hard? That night, I decided to drive to my boyfriend's city and told him what happened. Contrary to what I thought, Chris burst out laughing.
Did you really think you liked Heather and made her sit down and explain it to you the whole time? I can imagine what her face was like then. I'm dying of laughter.
Hey, I'm serious. How can you joke about this? I didn't dare to tell you because I was scared you would be angry.
But you still chose to tell me. It's because you respect me and don't want to hide it from me, right? I think that kiss was influenced by so many things, it didn't mean anything. Stop worrying.
I breathed a sigh of relief, as if I had dropped a heavy rock in my heart.